Western Mass News is getting answers. A viewer emailed us wondering why she wasn't able to find some of her favorite items at local grocery stores. Last year, stores across the country saw shortages of many items due to the pandemic.
But could it be happening again? Western Mass News reporter Lexi Oliver joins us live after speaking with local grocery stores. Lexi?
Chris and Jordan, viewers tell us they were disappointed they haven't been able to cross off all the items on their grocery lists. Now, we wanted to know what local stores are seeing. A viewer reached out to us with this question. My friend went grocery shopping for me. Yes, the shelves at both Big Y and Stop & Shop in Westfield are bare. What's the scoop with scarcity of items on the shelves? Is it just in Westfield or other communities? We did a little digging and found other people have been running into similar problems. On Facebook, Will asked, so is Stop & Shop on the verge of closing down or something? They haven't had any of their fried chicken in days at least. There's almost no pre-sliced items in the deli section. We checked it out for ourselves, and the Stop & Shop in Feeding Hills appear to be completely stocked with both fried chicken and pre-sliced deli meats. Western Mass News wanted to know if another round of food shortages may be headed our way, so we checked in with Stop & Shop and got this statement, quote, Stop & Shop is not currently experiencing any significant food shortages. At the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the national supply chain experienced incredible strain, which has continued to have long-term effects for many suppliers that Stop & Shop and other retailers work with. They go on to say, we have seen select instances of manufacturer out of stocks on certain items due to the long-term effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as labor, transportation, and freight limitations. Our teams are actively working with suppliers and vendors to keep Stop & Shop stores stocked, including Westfield and Feeding Hills. We also stopped by Fruit Fair in Chicopee. The owner tells us they are having trouble finding certain items.
Anything that basically requires a lot of labor to manufacture, like the prepackaged meats, prepackaged burgers, value-added items, there is a ton of shortages. Like a lot of popular items too, like popsicles, different gluten-free items. They're just out of stock all the time.
Desert, water is everything, and you don't have to look far to see how it's drying up. Everywhere you see right here, all of this beach, this used to be underwater less than 20 years ago. It was the bottom of Lake Mead, and that white ribbon you can see on the hills over there behind me, that's the old water line. But the water levels here in Lake Mead have fallen 130 feet just since the year 2000, and now falling below the critical threshold of 1,075 feet, triggering today the first ever federal water shortage declaration for the Colorado River Basin and the 40 million people who rely on that water. They're going to see cuts to their water supply starting at the beginning of next year. I spoke to the head of the Southern Nevada Water Authority, who said they've been planning on this, but it's still going to mean some difficult choices.
We've done great here for the last 20 years. We're going to have to continue to drive down our per capita water usage for the next several decades. And they also need to know that the pie is shrinking. We have 40 million Americans, 7 states, and 2 countries that rely upon this river, and there's going to be less water for everyone in the 21st century.
This first round of water cuts is mostly going to affect...
I'd like to say shalom, koloyim la, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, what's the weather bonus at LGMS, honest to the Akim, peace and blessings to you brothers and sisters that listen, the hopeful elect, koloyim la, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. And we see this week, man, the FDA give the approval for Vanessa. So we know there's going to be more mandates coming, and pretty much this empire is on its way out, man. This is it. Babylon is done. This place is completely done, man. All right. And in this lesson today, speaking about the famine, man. There's a food shortage happening right underneath people's noses. They ain't caught up on this C19 thing, which it is a problem because Esau is pushing that beast system. All right, he's pretty much wants that world ID, then he's going to crash the system and bring forth the MOB, man. All right, we already know this is the plan. Okay, that's the ultimate goal, but part of the goal also is to destroy and to disrupt the food supply chain, man. Like Klaus Schwab said, that damn neo-Nazi, when he talked about the cyber attack, he said C19 would just be what? A small disturbance in comparison, man. Now let me read the first precept. Let me get that, Jerry. We see the clips, the water shortages over there, Colorado, Arizona, the Las Vegas, the West Coast, right? And then we also have, I'll see if I can put that in the post-production, a corn shortage over there in the Dakotas, man. But you need corn for many things. Like they said, they need it for ethanol, you know, sweeteners, food, things of that nature, right? And also certain stores, man, people are starting to, the average person is starting to see it, okay? There's not that much items as it was before, even though they said the economy's back up and running again, all right? People are starting to notice it, man, and it's really going to take full effect in the fall/winter, all right? But let me get this first precept, though. Not nothing long, just straight to the point, man. These are the nature of the times that we in, brothers and sisters. Now you gotta really, really, really buckle down in the spirit, man. Okay? Really have faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because we're all going to be tried. And all of us have to be tested, man. Okay? The hour of temptation is here. Now let me read this first precept, Jeremiah the 50th chapter. This is the Most High said. Let me read verse 1 and I'm going to jump to verse 16. It says, the word that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Which we know, when you read the chapter in its entirety, we know that this is talking about a future Babylon. Because it says the children of Judah and the children of Israel were both oppressed together. Alright? And they that held them captive refused to let them go. We know it's talking about this place here. Okay? But anyway, let's read. The whole chapter is good. But I'm going to read the point I'm going to get. Jeremiah 50 and 16, it says, cut off the sower from Babylon. These farmers. Okay? Okay? That's where, and we brought out earlier this year that Bill Gates had bought the majority of farmland in America, man. See, the elite is stockpiling these things for themselves. Okay? While everybody else is going to be pretty much fighting for goods real soon. You see? But that's a part of the plan. But the scripture says, Jeremiah 50 verse 16. It says, let me read that again. It says, cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For the fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. There's going to be race riots. There's going to be class wars. There's going to be civil unrest, man. Okay? There's going to be a lot of turmoil happening in this country. So much that people are going to flee into their own land. But what those people don't understand, that this thing going to happen globally, because even over there in Scotland and England, their McDonald's didn't have certain items, right? A commercialized business, one of the biggest in the world, McDonald's, was short on certain items, man. Certain things they couldn't, it wasn't available on the menu, because the elite is bringing what? Scripture says he's coming down on what? Scripture says he's coming down on what? On the inhabitants of the earth, man. So everywhere, man, people are going to be feeling the squeeze. But we talking about Babylon in this sense. Mosiah said he was going to cut off the sower. All right, these farmers, man. All right, where you get a lot of our food, our goods, your basic needs, day-to-day needs. You see, and even your water system, they say they're going to cut back down. There's a drought happening. Also over there in California as well, one of the second biggest reservoirs is also depleted, almost depleted, man. And this is all being done by design, man. Because had Esau just run the earth the way it's supposed to, he won't be having these problems, man. But it is the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that he's bringing on Babylon. See? And you also have, you have farmers on BitChute telling you that they had to destroy a lot of their, their supply. I won't say the name, because they're going to cut the video, right? Also, a lot of people tell you that they're not allowing a certain shipments or imports. They're stalling it. Okay? So it's about to go down, man. Right? And at the end of the day, this is what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said. Let me get 2nd Ezra's. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou the ears. Let me read again. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And this is what every single Israelite camp is supposed to be going into, prophecy. Man. This is the nature of the times we're in. Prophecy. The prophecies are coming to pass. Everything is being fulfilled. Everything is being made manifest that's written in this book, man. Yahweh Shai coming is near, is at the door. He said, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Shai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Most High said, what comes out of his mouth never comes back to him void. All must be fulfilled. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Because unbelief is very high right now. These people are possessed, man. These people are here. They're demons, man. Okay? I'm going to do a video coming up next to show you the spirit that's out here, man. The love of many is waxing cold. Especially there's a lot of division over this Vanessa thing, man. Okay? A lot of people are conceding and just giving in to the beast. And that's going to lead to your demise. That speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in the unfaithfulness. All you Israelite camps saying that, don't worry about this, to just take this. ICBK to Zaryak, right? A lot of you going to die in your unfaithfulness. Let's read on. Behold, saith Yahweh Shemel Shah, I will bring plagues upon the world. Okay? So the Most High is going to bring a lot of these pestilences, a lot of judgments is coming upon the earth. The sword, and the main point, famine, food shortages, man, death and destruction, man. That's what the Most High is going to visit the planet Earth with. So good things are not coming. Why? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Scripture says their sins have reached unto heaven. Esau Aishah have completely lost his mind, man. Okay? And this whole thing of this NWO, the Great Re, is him boasting himself against Yahweh Shemel Shah by trying to tag his creation. And he's trying to create a man-made apocalypse, man. Okay? Where he can further his own rule. You see? And that's not going to happen, man. The Most High is using you as a sword to bring chaos and destruction, because you're that red horse that took away peace from the earth. But then he's going to turn around and he's going to judge you, man. But at the same time, this is all judgment, especially for you 2/3. Okay? Especially you 2/3. I'm going to read a precept on y'all in a minute to get this next precept. Let me stay in the book of Ezra. It says 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse let's see. This whole chapter is good because it go into who's the end of the world. Aishah. So we at the end. Anytime we see this man ruling, it represents the end times, and we at the latter end. All right. It says 2nd Ezra 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Like you have in a lot of these supermarkets, man. Okay, even a lot of these Walmarts. Okay, like we just seen with the farmers, man. Okay, that the corn crisis. Okay, a lot of these crops, are purposely, pretty much they're sabotaging their own supplies, man. I'll just say that much, man. Okay, because YouTube, YouTube is another arm for the elite to censor the truth, man. So we're gonna we'll do what we can, for the time being. But you brothers and sisters are ready in the know, man. Okay, so storehouses, man. Okay, and we also seen what water. A lot of these reservoirs, a lot of these plants, or where a lot of these water towers are, they became depleted, man. Right, they're empty. And like we said, this is all being done by design, man. You see, but Yahweh Shemel Shah gonna take care of us, man. And water is needed, because that's one of the basic essentials of life is water. You need that. See, so this famine is going to be something that this earth has never seen before. That's what the scripture says. And Michael himself is going to have to stand up for the children of thy people, because cannibalism is coming back. Let me get that Lamentations 4. Like I said, I'm not going to do nothing long. Just had to quickly report on this because, like it's, people seeing the trees, but they're not seeing the entire forest, the whole picture. Okay, it's not just C19. It's a lot of other things that's happening, man, behind the scenes. Okay, and famine is one of them. Okay, Esau's controlling the food supply. See? And that's and the cities are going to be insane, man. That scripture says Lamentation 4:1. This whole chapter is good, but let me read verse Lamentations chapter 4:6. It says, "For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom." That's how much hell our people was catching during that time. Jeremiah, when the Babylonians came in. That was overthrown in a moment, because Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed instantly. And no hand stayed on her. Her Nazarites were pure than snow. The consecrated one, Numbers the 6th chapter. They were whiter than milk. Alright? That's how righteous they were. They were more ruddy in body than rubies. Their countenance. They polished in the ways of sapphire. Their visage is blacker than coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaved to their bones because of the famine. It withered, it become like a stick. That they be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, because that's a long, torturous death, man. Okay? Because when you don't eat for a while, what happens is that your body starts, after the fat, then it starts eating what? The muscle. Right? Pretty much it cannibalizes itself. You see? Because your body can't survive without, the proper nourishments, vitamins and minerals. See? And it's going to be, people out here going to be cannibals. Right? We did lessons on that before. There were great famines that happened in Israel during that time. Okay? During the time of the Romans. See? A lot of the Israelites started eating their own children. Take it further, during the time of Egypt, time of Joseph, the Yahweh Shemel Shah was with Joseph. And that's how the rest of the Israelites came into the land. Right? Saved the land from famine of 7 years by storing up corn. Because the Lord was with him. And he's going to be with us the same way. That's why brothers are having all these beautiful dreams. Okay? Yahweh Shemel Shah wants us to have ultimate faith, man, in him. And that's how these great miracles are going to happen. Alright? We have a huge advantage over these people in the world. They're going to call on Jesus. They're going to be calling out to the American government. They're going to try to rely on themselves. And they all going to be destroyed. That scripture says in Psalms 37 verse 19. It says, verse 18, it says, Yahweh Shemel Shah knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time. In the days of famine they shall be satisfied. We're going to be taken care of, Lord willing. Alright, let me read the last verse. Like I said, I ain't going to do nothing long. I just want to get something straight to the point. He said, I've been young, now I'm old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. The righteous will never be forsaken, man. That's the point where the Most High gives us the knowledge in his name. He wants us to use it, man, so we can exalt him in the land of our captivity. You see? That's what scripture. That's what scripture. We read it. We gonna be satisfied in that time. It tells you that in the book of Ezra, the heathen shall envy thee, but they not gonna be able to do anything. See? It's like we said, man. That's another thing to pay attention to, is the great famine. The sower is being cut off from Babylon, man. Okay, and globally as well, but mainly concentrating on Babylon, because this is the place that the Most High wants to destroy off the face of the earth. Okay? So that must say, call Elohim La Yahweh Shemel Shah. Shalom.